Many residents in Arizona pay their SRP electronic bill every month, yet don't realize that SRP is not a typical power company. It isn't until they receive a voting notice that many people first become aware that there is a board of the directors, and that this board can direct affect electrical rates, water resource, and state's energy structure. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. We really appreciate the opportunity to learn more about SRP, how it operates, and the important work of the board.
I'm Chris Dobson. I'm currently the Vice President of SRP. I'm running for President of SRP, both on the association side, which is the water, also the district side, which is the power side. Next to me is Barry Paisley. Barry, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm right now the current Vice Chair of the Council, seat both on the district and the association.
Could you explain in a simple term what SRP is, what makes it unique as a public utility? What the SRP is the main source of the electronic generation today?
It's really interesting with SRP. It started originally by all the farmers that needed to control the Salt River. In doing so, in 1903, they put together the Salt River Valley Water Users Association to basically control the water for their fields. In building the dam, Roosevelt Dam, basically backing up the water and putting control in it so they could get that nice balance in their canals. In the process of doing that, they added a turbine and basically generated electricity. Why we really talk about electricity with SRP so much is the water was very important to the farmers. They needed the water for their land. They were able to sell electricity. Over the years, we've really made it an enterprise to sell electricity at the lowest rates because of what they originally discovered.
You know, there are a lot of companies they call the APS. What's different, the APS and the SRP?
SRP is actually a public utility. It's owned by the landowners, which those are the ones that put their land up for collateral to build the dam that Barry was referring to. APS is a private utility, which is owned by shareholders. It's for a profit only. For SRP, we're non-for-profit. That's why we maintain really low margins in going through, because we don't have shareholders that we have to pay for.
Arizona summer are extremely hot. How does SRP ensure the reliable power during the peak demand and prevent the blackout?
We take a diverse approach. We have natural gas, we have a little bit of coal. We're getting ready to convert our coal to natural gas. We have lots of renewables as well to help. Also, we have hydropower, like we referred with the Roosevelt Dam. It's basically taking an all-hands approach to balance everything out. When we use our portfolio, we try to get the best prices for our customers to maintain our low pricing. That's how we've been very successful. If you look at the history, we're some of the lowest power rates in the Southwest.
One of the interesting things too, this past summer, we hit 8,500 megawatts. That was a record for us. We not only hit it in one day, we hit it in 3 days consecutively. In that 3 days, we didn't have one power outage. So we hit record power with the record heat. We were able to deliver that still at our low rates. We didn't miss out of the 1.2 million customers. Everyone had power, everybody's air conditioner stayed on.
I think that's a tribute to having a balanced portfolio, to making sure that we can pull generation from this dispatchable energy unit, or maybe some renewables at this time, some batteries as well. It really is. It's a really unique approach that we're going through to be sustainable as we're trying to meet all these new load growths that we have.
In your day-to-day role, what are the key decisions the SRP board is responsible for?
The board's actually responsible for, again, what we do, which is actually, we were the first in the nation to do this. We have this thing called the Integrated Resource Plan. We have all our stakeholders, whether they're residential users, we have some of the universities, we have even the environmentalist groups that come in. We all work together to figure out what type of resources can we use? Also, how do we maintain the affordability part? Also, the sustainability part, the reliability and the affordability, because it's so important that we maintain the affordability part. As we know, things are so expensive right now. Making sure keeping our rates low are really important for families and business owners as well.
Are you price competitive with the APS?
We are about 20 to 25% cheaper than APS.
How do the board's decisions ultimately affect what the residents see on their monthly utility bills?
So the board specifically votes on rate cases. Every 5 years, we have basically a rate case. What's interesting with SRP, on our base rates, we don't go to the Corporation Commission every year and say, we need more money. SRP is so well planned and so well managed that we just do this every 5 years, evaluate inflation. where our systems are, growth, and those rate cases. That's where the board comes in. The board votes 100% on those rates. They also vote on how we produce electricity too. It's very important to have our board members that are very understanding of finances, economics, as well as the engineering of how we can keep a balanced portfolio to keep our power rates low. Again, like Chris said, keep our reliability up.
Also too, I want to highlight too is that the board actually approves the general manager, who then in turn has his group of employees that he manages, because we don't micromanage the company. We have a really good management team in place who are professionals. We want to maintain that as well.
If voter turnout is slow, how could that impact the composition and the direction of the SRP board?
Voting right now of the property owners in the association boundaries. That association boundaries are basically the original lands by the farmers that they had pledged their lands for the dam. That's why this is acreage voting. So votes, if you have a quarter acre property, you would have a quarter vote with it. It's a balanced or it's basically a very fair system on that land ownership basis. Very unique. In fact, so unique future with the project that the landowners that have that right to vote all sign up, get on board, because the good news is in this election cycle that we're in right now, we doubled it. Because we started from the last one at 15, so we've been out working real hard. We've doubled it this time to 30,000. We've actually doubled the basically voter base that everybody can come out and give their voice with their land.
What's the benefits for voting?
The benefit is making sure that when we have a group of board members, that one can prioritize the affordability, the reliability, and the sustainability on a really balanced approach going forward. Also, future load growth that's coming, because we want to attract more industry to come into Arizona. We don't want them going to Texas or some other states. We want them to flourish here so that way the next generation can succeed and continue to grow.
Is a lot of states have seen the project like Arizona?
We have a great workforce. It's sunny here all the time. We don't have really horrible weather events. This is a great place. It is hot. From the standpoint, we can take care of that with air conditioning.
Compete California, Nevada.
California, Nevada. California, you have the taxes, which a lot of companies are leaving, so they're looking for other places to come. We want them to come to Arizona.
Seems like Arizona is the best place.
Arizona is wonderful.
100, the best place in the country.
Many voters are unclear about this. Does SRP represent a particular political party, such as Republican or Democrat?
It's not a partisan election, so it really is a Republican or Democrat. I just think you need to look at our policies and look at it and see really what's the best policies for families, for companies, for everyone in the state. It's not only just the power side, it's the water side too. How do we maintain that? How do we procure that water and conserve it and be efficient for the next 100 years? And that's what we're really looking at. We're not thinking of short terms of 10 years. We're looking at things of how can we maintain this growth? How can we do it sustainably, conservatively, and efficiently from water to power?
Our group of candidates that we have are all based on good economics. They really are looking at those best values that we're putting out, as well as they're very practical, have a common sense to them going, this makes absolutely common sense. We're not misled by some ideas that get out in left fields with it. We like proven technologies that are operating for us on a very diverse basis. What we also need to do is make sure that we're working in a very real basis in our basically practices and methods. Chris said, we're not only doing this for today, we're looking at the next 100 years also for SRP.
Nice.
Yeah, and for the state and for the Metro Phoenix area as well. We've always been great partners, community leaders. And I think that's important because when the community and the municipalities succeed, everybody succeeds and wins.
If you could share one message with the voters before they cast their ballots, what is the one thing you believe they should understand about the SRP board?
The number one thing that we're focused on is to maintain the excellence of SRP, to keep the power bills down and keep the lights on. That's the number one job.
Also to taking back, and I think I highlighted it a little bit earlier, talking about on the conservation side, the efficiency side, balancing all that out too with the affordability, those three pillars, sustainability, excuse me. That is so important, and that's been embedded with us. It's been adopted by our board, and we want to continue that same adoption going forward.
Thank you again for joining us and sharing this valuable insight about SRP. 我们深刻认识到 SRP 不仅仅是一家公用事业公司。
它是一个直接影响社区未来的决策机构，它的每一项决定都关系到我们的电价高低、用水保障以及未来能源发展的方向。这些问题并不遥远，它们体现在每个月的电费账单里，体现在我们对清洁能源和资源可持续发展的选择上。SRP 的决策影响的是我们的生活成本，也影响着下一代的未来。因此，关注 SRP 的运作，了解候选人的立场，并积极参与投票，不是旁观，而是承担责任。电价的走向、能源的规划、社区的未来，都与这张选票紧密相连。请了解信息，提出问题，投出您的一票，因为这不仅关系着政策，更关乎着我们的家庭和未来。